do the roll call, please?
Jacob Crouch,
Here?
Josh Westridge,
Here.
Jason Lawson,
Here.
Dennis Anderson,
Here.
Brian Sheward,
Here.
Craig Arthur,
Here.
and Corey Klassman.
Wonderful. Before we get started tonight, obviously due to the staff report, it has been brought to our attention that the idea of tabling item D on our agenda has been floated out there. And I would say that I do agree with that decision to give the petitioner time to address some concerns that residents do have. So at this point, I will take any comments from the commission about that idea.
Mr. President, I do want to note that the petitioner has set up a preliminary meeting. This is not set in stone yet, but November 2nd at 7 here in the municipal complex to meet with any concerned residents. We'll have to confirm that though.
You say November 7th?
November 2nd at 7.
Perfect.
Just to be clear, this is the Payless Liquors.
Yeah, regarding item D.
Perfect. And I do want to make it clear as well for everyone in attendance, with this item being tabled, we will still accept any comments in favor or against the petition here tonight. Excuse me? We will hear them in front of the committee this morning or this afternoon. So, does anyone on the commission have any comments, questions? I'm assuming that is something we need a motion and a vote on.
I make a motion, we table item D.
Second.
All right. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? All right. It looks like we will be tabling the item. Once again, we will still have a public request to speak section that anyone in attendance can speak for or against this petition. Okay. We will move on to the approval of our 9/12 meeting minutes.
Make a motion, we approve the September 12, 2016 Plan Commission minutes as presented.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All opposed? All right. So we will move on to the public request to speak, which will include any public comments on item D. So at this point, if anyone would like to speak out in for or against this proposal, now is your chance. I would ask that any comments be limited to 3 minutes, just for time purposes. And if obviously, if the comment that you have has already been addressed, we ask that we don't, continue with the same points over and over. So if there is anyone, have we received any forms for request to speak or?
I have not received any, so if anybody has those request to speak forms, please go ahead and submit them now. They're up at the front, right by the door. Yeah.
Yeah. I will also like to remind people that when coming to the podium, please state your name and address. We'll give you all a few minutes to get the forms filled out. Thank you very much.
Should we wait and get more, or should we go ahead and start?
We can probably go ahead and get started. They can bring them up as people are talking.
Okay.
Give them the floor.
Thank you. Thank you, sir.
All right, we'll go ahead and get started.
Yeah. I have Adam Anvil.
Hi, my name is Adam Allville. I live in the Stonegate neighborhood. Address is 6628 Westminster Drive. It's actually Zionsville. Appreciate being heard by the committee. And I'm actually speaking on behalf of the Stonegate board. So I am a member of the board that was recently voted in. We met and we discussed this topic at length. And we, as a board, are against the addition of this Payless Liquors on a number of reasons. The first being additional traffic in the neighborhood, in the area. We just don't think that it's appropriate. 2, impact to residential home values. We think it'll drive down all the home values in the area. Also, we just don't think that it really complies with the neighborhood feel that we have in Stonegate. Oh yeah, also there's just been very little information presented to the residents. As far as I understand it, there were only a couple of letters sent out, and I understand that there is a 600-foot limit to where you have to provide those letters. But that only, I think, as far as I know, 2 people received the letters. It's just, as a matter of, it seems like the information was being hidden from the public, and it was not very well disseminated amongst the groups and the concerned residents in the area. So again, we are against the development, and I think that's all I'll say for now.
Thank you very much.
I have a Bryce Lulu. Okay. Great.
Thanks for the opportunity to speak. My name is Bruce Lulu. I live in the Stonegate subdivision, 6741 West Stonegate. I'm speaking not only for myself, but my 2 nearest neighbors, Adam Wishmeyer and Ratul Shah. I have the distinction of being the closest house to this development, which I can see the lot from my master bedroom. And obviously, I'm against it for the reasons mentioned. This is the last house I will own before I retire, and I'm concerned about my property values. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Tim Lutz.
Yes, Tim Lutz. I live in Maple Grove. Address is 6178 Sugar Maple Drive. Our house is also, I was one of the apparently 2 people that got a letter. Our house, the backyard faces this commercial lot directly. The back view, the view out of our backyard will be of a liquor store, which we do not want. We are also concerned about very specifically the property value of our house with that proximity to the liquor store. There is a school bus stop right at the corner, so school bus children will be getting on and off the bus behind the liquor store. That's a concern. I am also concerned about other tenants that might be, the tenants that might choose to go into a commercial development like this where a liquor store is present. It would perhaps drive away other businesses that might not want to be in the same place as a liquor store. I believe there's a daycare center planned for the west end of this property. I find it difficult to believe that the daycare center would not have concerns about this. And so, yeah, concerns about other tenants, property value, and just the proximity of this store to where children frequently are. Thank you.
Thank you.
Nick Cotterman.
My name's Nick Cotterman. I live at 6560 West Deerfield Drive, which is in Stonegate. I just want to make the quick comment that this area is so new and so undeveloped in that whole area over there where they're proposing the liquor store. It doesn't really have a precedent in terms of what it's going to be, what this area is going to shape up to. And the first thing that goes into that location, being a liquor store, I think sets a very bad precedent for the rest of the neighborhood and the areas around here. As we look to develop out the rest of this area and add more businesses, I think it attracts the wrong type of clientele and other businesses to the area. So I just want to make that quick point. Thanks.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And that's all that I have for
All right,
now.
that is it. Again, November 2nd, tentatively at November 7th. Is there a way to communicate that final?
The petitioner has already said that they will send out that notice within the 600 feet, the legal notice that they have to. I'm not sure if the commission wants to reach out any other way. If you guys want to require to submit a notice any further than that, or?
I mean, I definitely think in everyone's best interests, I guess reaching at least both of those neighborhoods, Stonegate, Maple Grove, makes sense to me. And obviously, if the 600-foot limit is only 2 homes or a handful of homes, it doesn't do a whole lot of good. So if there's another way that we can, I guess, get that, just the date and time out so people are aware of the meeting, whether that is increasing the radius or by allowing people to sign up for some sort of alert.
Sure. I know that we could probably put it on our website, just on our front page. Anybody that within the subdivisions that are concerned, they can come out on that day at that same time. It'll be here at the facility, so we could put it on our website.
Okay.
And I can, of course, link the staff report and any of the council agenda, or I mean the commission agenda and everything to that. But
Okay.
I didn't know if you wanted to go any further than that. I think it would be wise for anybody here, any of your neighbors that were unable to attend, to spread the word as well too for that November 2nd date.
Yeah, I think that posting it on the town's website, so for all in attendance, www.whitestown.in.gov. The final date and time will be posted there, so please check back. I'm assuming that also you can reach out to Lauren or the planning department, and you will get a prompt response as well. But tentatively, November 2nd at 7 p.m.
I did get one while
Oh,
we were discussing.
okay.
Matt Brown.
Perfect. How are you?
Hi, how are you doing? Thank you for seeing me last minute here. My name's Matt Brown. I'm a resident of Stonegate. I've been here about a year. There was a lot of comments out on the social posts and et cetera, and there was a lot of questions about facts. And one thing I wanted to bring up is the last study I read about liquor stores, and I want to make a second point that there's actually 2 establishments going into that location, the gas station or the convenience store and the liquor store. My second point was that there's a lot of statistics, and the last study that I read was from Berkeley University on the proximity of violent crime when it actually is surrounded there. I want to say there was 900 meters within a liquor store. Violent crime doubles. So I know there wasn't a lot of discussion in that social post about facts, but that is a significant one. We're going to have 2, and then 900 meters, and families. So just want to put that out there.
Thank you very much.
Thanks.
There's one more.
Carol Reitz.
Hi, my name is Carol Wright. I'm one of the developers of Stonegate with my husband. When we started Stonegate, our entrance is right across the street from you is zoned professional business. We tried to get other businesses in there, but we were told that professional business would be the best for the best zoning quality for next to residential. So we have professional business, and we're acclimated to that, and to have something less than professional business. We were told that there was not going to be any high volume trafficking things beyond 700 to the east of 700, and that would concern this strip of land that's over there. And I understand there was a zoning rechange on this in June. I have several pieces of property that are within the 600-foot area, and I was never notified of the zoning change requirements. Number 2, I don't believe that This is the kind of thing that the residents of Maple Grove want at their entrance to their community, nor do most of the members that live in the Stonegate community would like to see a liquor store at the entrance to their community. And this will be exactly across the street from the entrance to that. Also, as I said, it's all professional business. We have medical, we have physical therapy, we have dentist, and we have insurance building coming in. So there's nothing that's high volume traffic. There's nothing that's gonna decrease the value of the property that's already there. We have very strict architectural guidelines in our community, and that includes the professional business district. And so I just don't feel that this is an appropriate business at the community, at the entrance to two communities that are residential. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
And that is the end of
Yeah, I have yours.
Can the commission comment on the zoning change? Was there a zoning change?
There was not a zoning change. So the zoning that had happened in June, it was actually updating the 2007 ordinance, which is actually the Boone County zoning classification, to our Whitestown UDO. So a lot of the uses within the two documents coincided. Actually, they didn't allow restaurants, so we updated it to the Whitestown UDO zoning change, but liquor stores were still part of it back in 2007, and they're still part of it now.
And can you comment on Carol's comment that they were not allowed to put in these types of businesses when they originally went and set about their plan for Stonegate, and how that has now changed? They were supposed to put in professional businesses?
I'm not sure about that. That might have been prior to 2007 when they zoned it general business. From my knowledge, it was always rezoned as general business, not professional business. So that's something historical that I'll have to look into.
If you could, let us know. That'd be great.
All right, seeing that we've reached the end of the, I guess, the list of forms, we will move on to the next section of our agenda, which is the presentations. Do we have any presentations?
We do not.
Sure. All right, we will move on to the unfinished business. Can we get an update on the Spalding PUD?
Yes, we missed the timeline to get the committee to meet and have a preferable vote to you guys, so we will see it next month.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wonderful. All right. Moving on to new business. Our first item of new business is docket PC 16-023-DP, Weber Concrete Batch Plant. How are you?
Good evening. My name is Brian Munch. I'm with Munch Engineering, offices at 3996 Clarks Creek Road, Plainfield, Indiana. Tonight I'm representing several identities, but they're based in one family unit. The LD Weber Limited Partnership, who's the lot owner or property owner, Starlight Leasing, which is a branch of one of their business identities, Weber Concrete, and then Blue Star Ready Mix. What we're presenting to you tonight is a proposed use on industrial zone ground I-1 located off Indianapolis Road.
Oh, I've got it, sorry. We do have some of the images, the site location there. There we go. Is that what you wanted?
That's fine, we can start there.
Okay.
I'll go this way. So what you see in, I don't care, I can present from this screen or that screen, whichever one you
Either
want.
one, whatever's convenient for you.
So, do you have the overall aerial image in your presentation that I sent to you earlier? Yeah, go back to that one.
Oh my gosh, what's going on the Ritz right now? Okay.
So, this particular parcel is along Indianapolis Road. It's right next to the Standards Precast Plant, immediately to the east. Adjacent properties, Ray's Resource Recovery, located here. There's a print graphics, the old town municipal areas, the building used down in this area. So this is a long driveway that is a shared interest with the precast plant owned by Mark Sanders. This current land use is a storage yard for Weber Concrete. They store a lot of their panel trucks, excavating equipment, so on and so forth, outdoor storage, as well as some materials that go with their residential concrete business, such as rebar, window wells, so on and so forth. Can we go to the second slide, please? So the intended use, as mentioned, is a concrete batch plant. The long driveway coming in will be maintained and improved. Our utilities will be extended along this corridor as well back to the concrete batch plant will be located in the southern portion of that property. The balance of the property will be used for, again, the storage of materials for rebar, window wells, so on and so forth for their residential basement business. Then along the east property line is where our retention will be for this particular facility. We have worked with the town of Whitestone Utilities regarding the utility extensions. We're currently working with the Boone County Surveyor's Office on the drainage improvements to this area. There is a ditch that leaves property next to the Young Asphalt, that's location, which has been the natural drainage relief over the years. However, at the encouragement of Boone County Surveyor, we have redirected the drainage down to the south, off-site through the complex on our south property line to Whitestown Parkway. The other element you see on this particular slide is a typical elevation. This particular concrete batch plant is going to be a dry mix plant, which means basically the product that's being loaded into the trucks is a dry mix. Water is then added into the trucks, and then the trucks acts as the mixing bowl as they travel down the roadway. This very similar plant we constructed in Waverly, Indiana. One item of note, is with any concrete batch plant, the silo itself is approximately 80 feet tall. So we did take good care in trying to get it located in the rear of the property so it wasn't necessarily right along the roadway. With that, I'll be more than happy to answer any questions that you may have.
All right. Thank you. Can we get the staff report?
Yes. I do want to note that they are seeking a use variance to utilize a parcel along Indianapolis Road, and that'll be seen at the next BZA meeting. The trucks and everything that's on the site currently will be moving to that site, so it's really enhancing this parcel and then moving that to another site itself. So staff recommends that the Plan Commission approve the development plan.
Wonderful. Is there anyone in attendance looking to speak for or against this development plan? Are there any questions, comments from the commission? Another question? Yeah.
You said the entryway is going to be improved?
Correct.
Is that going to be, what's the pavement section, I guess, coming in off? I'm just curious.
What the current
The pavement section will be in the future, is that going to be?
It's
is
going
that
to be,
asphalt?
yeah, it's going to be heavy-duty asphalt permanently up the road back
Okay.
into the property. Then the actual concrete batch plant itself will be on a concrete pad, reinforced concrete pad. Then we do have some asphalt pavement for the outdoor storage materials associated with the residential basement. The actual storage materials associated with the concrete mixing operation, gravel, sands, will be on the concrete pad itself.
What is it, that entryway? What is that today? Is it asphalt as well, or is it gravel?
Combination thereof.
Okay.
Asphalt that's turned to gravel?
Yeah, it's deteriorated over the years. And like Lauren mentioned, currently there are truck storage here. There are, abandoned trucks, if you will, located on this property. So this is step one of Jeff Weber, who's the owner of Weber Concrete, in improving his operations. And like Lauren mentioned as well, we'll be coming back from the BZA for a special petition for some property further north on Indianapolis Road to move our operations to for this truck storage.
Chief, is this concern you at all with the access? Looks like
No.
there's one in, one out. Okay.
No, not at all, not for the operation that's taking place there. And I believe it's all been addressed through TAC, correct?
There has.
Any other questions, comments?
Just one short one. Can we confirm is the modular home that's currently on the property on the south end, is that coming on?
Yes, that little modular house that looks like a trailer type apparatus, that's actually owned by Baggy. Building Association of Greater Indianapolis. It's there for temporary storage. So as we move forward with this process, that will be relocated.
Not on the property, that would be.
That is correct.
Wonderful.
Thank you.
All right. No additional questions, comments, so.
Chairman, I'll make a motion that we adopt docket PC 16023, the development plan for Weber Batch.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Perfect.
Thank you for
very much.
consideration.
Moving on to our next agenda item, which is docket PC 16-025-CP Maple Grove Lot 3 concept plan. How are you?
Good evening.
Greg Dempsey with Innovative Engineering. Here to talk to you tonight about Maple Grove Lot 3 concept plan. We're proposing a multi-tenant strip center on a little over 1 acre, located basically in the middle of the Maple Grove commercial site. This is going to be a spec building, which means we don't have any tenants currently for this. It'll be built and then we will be leasing it out. It's currently zoned GB. The east and west is also zoned GB, bounded on the north by Whitestown Parkway, south by Grove Pass. All the utilities are basically there. We'll just be extending service lines into the building. Drainage will be taken care of through the existing infrastructure that's along the south side of the lot. We'll put in, obviously, facilities to handle drainage for the parking lot. This will be done basically across lots 2, 3, and 5. These will all be done so that they all function together. There will be a shared drive, as you can see, between Lot 3 and Lot 2. There'll be a new right-in, right-out on Whitestown Parkway. It'll also exit to the south on Grove Pass. And at this point, be happy to address any questions, comments, concerns you may have.
Thank you.
Yeah, I have a quick question about the.
Can we get the staff report, please?
Yes.
All right.
Staff recommends that the Plan Commission approve the concept plan, known as Maple Grove Lot 3.
And any public request to speak on in favor or against this concept plan? All right. Any questions from the commission?
Sorry, I jumped the gun there.
You're good.
Yeah, just a quick question in regards to the variance requested, the back line along the eastern border. That's illustrated here, right? That small little section just to the east of it.
Difficulty hearing.
Is that illustrated at all?
The variance that was, I believe that's referring to the variance.
It was in between the buildings for Lot 3 and 5.
Right here.
Yeah, it's between
Yeah.
lots 3 and 5.
Okay.
For an outdoor seating area. Yeah.
It was originally planned to be one, from my understanding, one building, and it was switched to be, I guess,
Yes,
broken up into 2 separate lots.
yes.
Okay, I just wanted.
Heartland wanted to own their own lot, so we went ahead and split the building.
Okay, just wanted to confirm. Thank you.
Lauren, what was I think we talked about this before with the connectivity, sidewalks, paths, all that. Did we decide that because there's a stub, I can't read what that's called, but the entrance on the east side, there is a path stub right there, but is it because it's in Zionsville? Or I guess, let me back up. Is there a sidewalk planned along Whitestown Parkway, along the
There
frontage?
is not. So there's not going to be a path along Whitestown Parkway, but completely along Grove Pass. I have confirmed that Gecko will be completing it on their corner, so it should run coherently between 700 and Maple Grove Boulevard.
Okay.
Yes. throughout these next 3 lots.
Okay.
Yeah. And Rainbow Child, which is the lot next to 5, has confirmed. You guys voted on that, and it does have the sidewalk.
So if you're over there on the east, you can walk all the way along Grove Pass on the south, or on the north
Correct.
side of Grove Pass, all the way over to 700.
Correct.
Okay.
And is this something between Lot 3 and Lot 5 that we should consider together or separately, or does it matter?
It doesn't matter. I think we voted on the variance together since they affected each other. I think this should be voted on separately, though.
Okay. Any other comments, questions? Wonderful. I have none as well, so we can entertain an offer or a motion to approve or not.
Mr. Chairman, I'll make a motion that we adopt docket PC 16025, CP, the Maple Grove Lot 3 concept.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Hearing none. We will move on to the next item on our agenda, which I believe you will say here as well. Docket PC 16-026-CP Maple Grove Lot 5 Concept Plan.
Thank you. Lot 5 will be the site for Heartland Dental. As you've just seen, it's directly to the west of Lot 3. Same scenario, all utility infrastructure is already in place. We'll just be extending it to the building. Storm sewer will be handled, as we've said, over lots 2, 3, and 5. Be a dental office. As you can see, it'll be of like architecture to the other 2 buildings that are proposed on this site as well. Parking will be provided. They'll have a shared drive coming off of Grove Pass with Rainbow Daycare. This drive will not extend out through Whitestown Parkway. It'll be an internal drive only. Yeah, we basically covered everything else for the site.
Perfect.
Any questions or concerns you guys have?
Perfect. Lauren, can we get the staff report?
Yes, staff recommends that the Plan Commission approve the concept plan known as Maple Grove Lot 5.
Perfect. I will, any public requests to speak on this issue?
Yes, I do have a question. A lot of these,
I'm sorry, can you come up to the podium and state your name?
Adam Alville, Westminster Drive. So a lot of these, it says surrounding zoning and context. North, property to the north is zoned PB professional business. South, property to the south is zoned MF multifamily. So is this what you were saying earlier, how it was changed to be general business from professional business?
Well, professional business is on the other side of Whitestown Parkway. So that is the apartment complexes that you see.
But that's also zoned by Whitestown as professional business?
It is, it's Whitestown's jurisdiction, correct, yeah. But the property, this strip of property, I'm not sure if it was ever rezoned as a professional business. I'll have to look into that. From my knowledge, it was always rezoned as general business,
Okay.
yeah.
So if it was ever zoned professional business and not changed, and now you're making approvals based on that, where does that happen?
It was changed back in 2007. We have documentation that it was voted on at the
It was
county
changed
level.
to general business?
Correct, yeah.
Correct.
So anything prior to that 2007 rezoned to general business, I'm not sure if it was professional business or not. I'm going to assume it wasn't, but of course, assuming is not always the correct
Okay,
response.
understood, thank you.
Yep.
Thank you. Any questions, comments from the commission? Like I said, I think we covered it. I do just want to reiterate for the record the reason for the variance on Heartland Dental, and that was just simply, from my
Yes.
understanding, because they
Yeah,
they wanted to own their own building, and so this piece of parcel was kind of broken out in order to accomplish that.
Yes, it was between lot 5 and 3. We had asked for a 0 lot line, and that was granted at the previous BZA meeting.
Perfect, thank you. Assuming no other questions, we are open for a motion to vote on this issue.
Make a motion, we approve docket PC 16-026, concept plan Maple Grove Lot 5.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All opposed? Moving on, we have already tabled item D, so moving on to item E, which is docket PC 16-028-PP, Whitestown Business Park replat. Still you.
We are finally out of Maple Grove. This will be for the Whitestown Business Park, for the primary plat section of this. We've changed the plat slightly from when we were in here last. The original primary plat showed Perry Boulevard being extended along the south edge of the property. We want to pull it. We're still going to be in alignment with Perry Boulevard, but the road will be more centrally located to provide better access for this site as a whole, as well as potentially for the site to the west for future expansion. We are still maintaining the three NDOT drives in the same configuration that was agreed to before. The other change will be that the first building to go in here, instead of being the building all the way to the north, this will be a smaller building to the south. Compensatory floodway storage, wetland mitigation is also going to be south of the creek as it was originally proposed. As far as the primary plat goes, be happy to answer any questions or anything you have at this time.
Thank you. Staff report.
I'm going to say some staff comments,
Okay.
so to catch you up to speed on this. The replat was designed because of the access road to realign some of the buildings and offer a variety of sizes